Yes, I was part of the play-in game with Mark Davis, the owner of the Raiders, and it's me back in 1996, my flock of seagulls hair, back on my SportsCenter days. I beat Mark Davis and then got in as the 16 seed, and over the weekend, you all voting on this had me as the UMBC knocking off Troy Polamalu. The 1 seed's out. Clay Matthews, the 2 seed, is still in, he's now the highest seed in this here tournament. Also over this past weekend, Deion Sanders, in the last 24 hours, the Jerry Curl version of Deion Sanders, lost to Randy Moss in his Afro days. Randy Moss has now moved on. He cuts down the, if you will, hairnets of the Just Let Your Soul Glow region. He's the 10 seed advances. And he's not the only first ballot Hall of Famer that's trying to cut down hairnets from this year's Canton class. Next up, trying to cut down the hairnets of the region in which I advanced. The hair version of me from 1996 taking on the bald Brian Urlacher, who upset in the 5-12 matchup. The 12th-seeded bald Urlacher upset the 5th-seeded Urlacher with hair in the Pantene region to take on me. It's the 12-16 matchup. Urlacher bald versus me with hair. And now here on the Rich Eisen Show, me bald with the Urlacher with hair here on the program. How are you, Brian?
That was really confusing. There's a lot of, it's not like the NCAA tournament, all them high seats still left in there, but I'm doing good, man. How are you?
So I'm great. First ballot Hall of Famer, Brian Urlacher here on the show, and we'll get to that in a second. But the matter at hand here, Brian, is
how did you beat how'd you beat POLAMALU?
Well,
There's no way that should ever happen.
I agree. But you know what? Cinderella stories happen.
Yeah.
Cinderella stories happen, and it was me from 1996, if you recall. I really had
I remember that. Oh, I do, yeah. Much better than, well, I wouldn't say better than now. I'm just saying different than now.
Okay.
Not necessarily in a good way. But
no.
more different.
But at the same time, we decided in the 5-12 matchup, which you know is always in the NCAA tournament. That's
12.
That's
Are you the 12 seed or my 12? Wait.
Well, see, you were both. The 5 seed was you and your current
so I couldn't
form.
I couldn't lose them. Yeah.
Well, you and your current form, looking very dapper with your lid, against the 12-seeded Urlacher back in your. It's the headshot of you, just staring straight into space, getting ready to dismantle somebody from the center of the Bears defense. The bald Urlacher beat the Urlacher with hair.
With hair.
What was the final tally on that? Was a blowout. The final.
People know me as bald, so I think that's the reason why. That's what I'm going to go with at least.
I mean, the final is 76-24 is 3-1.
What?
Yeah.
That's a beatdown.
So, are you fine with that, Brian? You good with that?
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. Yeah, I look. This not to say that I have a good shaped bald head, as I've told you before. So, I wasn't mad with the way my head looked bald. I like it better now, but I was okay with it being bald as well.
So now I know you're a competitive man. Do you want what do you think of the matchup of your bald days taking on me in my non-bald days, Brian?
Your hair days.
In my hair days.
Well, I mean, the people have already spoken with my 76-24 percentage victory over the guy with hair already. So I would think that it's going to be similar numbers in my favor.
Okay.
Unless people just completely hate me with hair, and that's why the numbers are so overwhelming. I hope that's not the case.
No, I don't think they hate you with hair. It's just
I'm just not used to it. Yeah, it's got to grow on you. Get that?
Is that what the Restore people are telling you to say when you're out there? Is that the line they give you?
No, I use my own lines, buddy. I can think of my own stuff.
You write your own material, huh?
Yeah,
okay.
I write my own stuff. That just came to me all of a sudden when you were talking.
Now, a crucial thing here, Brian. This is what I was thinking about in preparing, because I prepare for interviews. I don't know if you could tell I've prepared for this interview.
I've been preparing all morning.
Okay. So now for your bust in Canton, it's got to be from your playing days where you're bald, right? In your bust.
100%. Yeah.
How are you going to square that circle of you walking around with a full head of hair and everyone's going to walk into Canton and see you bald for the rest of everybody's days, Brian? You fine with that?
I don't know. I don't think about stuff like that, honestly. I'm not worried about it, Rich. I think
Okay.
It is what, I mean, I'm not worried about it, but that's the least of my worries.
So you have not, I know that everything's going great for you. So you have not instructed the gentleman who's in charge of the bust to put the current Urlacher turf.
No, we are doing Urlacher as he was most of his playing career.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.